one day somebody does something unspeakable to someone else, to someone you hardly knew, and you do something about it because you can.
From KTLA 5 News Los Angeles, this is a big one. Allegations that labor rights icon Cesar Chavez sexually assaulted and abused women and young girls are triggering sweeping changes across California where dozens of streets, parks, schools, and public buildings bear his name, Cesar Chavez. In Bakersfield, city leaders have withdrawn plans to rename 8th Street after Chavez. In Fresno, a city council member who championed renaming a 10-mile stretch of California Avenue to Cesar Chavez Boulevard in 2024 now says the city should remove roughly 200 street signs with his name. Fresno State University also covered up a Chavez statue on campus last Wednesday. They pulled it down. That was on the news. A monument that had stood for 30 years. In light of the seriousness of the current revelations, as a first step, we are covering the statue while we determine appropriate next steps for its removal, said University President Saul Jimenez Sandoval, and they took it down. He said, no legacy should be beyond scrutiny. These painful accounts mean that now is the time to rethink how we honor the farm worker movement and affirm our commitment to the ongoing struggle for workers' rights. Now, the allegations surfaced this last Tuesday when the United Farm Workers Union, which Chavez founded, and his namesake foundation announced they were canceling annual Cesar Chavez Day events on March 31st over the deeply troubling claims. Civil rights activist Huerta told the New York Times that Chavez sexually assaulted her and fathered 2 of her children 60 years ago. She said, I carried this secret for as long as I did because building the movement and securing farm worker rights was life's work, Huerta said. She said the formation of a union was the only vehicle to accomplish and secure those rights, and I wasn't going to let Cesar or anyone else get in the way. The New York Times also reported that Chavez, who died in 1993 at age 66, groomed and abused young girls involved in the migrant labor movement. KTLA identified at least 60 major public sites named after Chavez in California. In addition to Fresno, there are Cesar Chavez thoroughfares in Los Angeles, San Francisco, and San Diego. Parks include Plaza de Cesar Chavez in San Jose, Chavez Park in Berkeley, and a waterfront park in San Diego. Many libraries and public schools also carry his name. Many civic leaders and elected officials have issued statements expressing horror at the allegations while also supporting the farm worker movement that Chavez helped lead. It said Dolores and leaders like her inspired so many of us to activism, said Mayor Karen Bass. She said Mayor Chavez's crimes do not diminish the courage of farm workers and workers everywhere who fight for their rights, equality for Latinos, and a stronger nation for everyone. That was Karen Bass. She also signed a bill changing Cesar Chavez Day to Farm Workers Day. And so for over 30 years, people have honored this guy. And it's been more than 30 years since he did his activism. It was way back in, was it the 70s? I'm not sure. I remember in the early 80s, everybody was talking about Cesar Chavez. And of course, Miss Huerta, who came out but if the allegations are true, it's really sad, because again, people have honored this guy, especially here in Southern California up through Northern California or mid-Northern California, around San Jose, San Francisco. People have honored this guy. Fresno, Bakersfield, big time there, along the Grapevine. And now we're like, wow, just wow. The downside to all of this, well, there's not, this isn't really the big downside, but he's dead. So he's not here to defend himself. He's not here to defend himself and, tell us whether it's true or not, or to confess or not confess. He's dead. So it's like we have to take their word for it. but sounds like there's some truth here. Truth rings true. What she's saying and all, everything. I want to know what you guys think. I want to hear from some of the Latinos out there what you think about this story breaking about Cesar Chavez.